And it's like, you want to talk about crazy? One of the crazy things, God told us to go buy a building in the last city we were in. We had a $12,000 P&L for the ministry because we had one faithful giver. We have been operating on 5 loaves and 2 fish for the last 10 years. He has multiplied it like crazy. He taught us about a whole system of lending and we had wanted to never borrow. We were like, the Bible says never to borrow. Yeah. So we're actually not going to borrow. We're going to pray for a while for God to deliver this miracle check to buy that building. Because God, you told us to buy that building. And God actually had us borrow to buy that building. We found a whole network of lending of interest only loans, which is just like, who does that? Yeah, most people are like, no, I'm not going to pay interest only. Yeah. No, God did that. And he had us do it to break the back of the spirit that was on us. We were governed by the spirit of money because that's everybody in this culture. Yeah. We all think, how do you do anything without money? Yeah. And it's like, God is like, I created the gold and silver. Your American money is paper. My children say it's paper. Why do people care so much about it? It's like monopoly money. This is what my kids say. I'm like, I love the heart of a child because we're actually supposed to become more like them. Yeah. And that's what God says. God's like, I own the real estate. I own that. What can you even build for me? You can't build anything for me. The earth is my footstool. Heaven is my throne. I created the gold and silver. I'm all that. Darren and I are like, I'm serving that guy. Yeah. If he intends for us to do something, we bought that building. We bought 7 buildings in that city, and we tried to give them all away to people. You talk about the crazy things. You want to talk about crazy? Schedule an 8-hour podcast next time. Because I'm like, we got crazy. All the crazy stories of all the things God told us to do, and we did it. And the currency we came to the table with was faith. Yeah. Yeah. Faith and trust. That's what we came to the table with. We had no money. Yeah. And we did everything God told us to do. And it wasn't pretty. It was like a lot of hard work. It was a lot of crying nights. It was a lot of like, we're not going to make it. We didn't, our budget didn't make sense. Darren sits down to do the finances every week and is like, being broken because what I have to pay doesn't make sense with what I have coming in. And the crazy things God told us to do, we did them. And 5 years later, we ended up selling those properties all for double than what we bought them for. Because the market turned, and the market from 2020 to 2023 was insane. Real estate market went up 200%, and people were buying things. They were waiving inspections. They were waiving financing. They were doing crazy stuff. The market has now totally changed again, and it's horrible. But the real estate market in that 3-year window is when he had us sold all those properties. Yeah. And he prospered us that way, right? But it's like, and people can see that. People can see that. We didn't know that was the plan. And if it's so funny when, like, if you want to look at it very practically, people are like, well, you're a fool for taking out an interest-only loan. You should have never done that, right? God told us that we're the lender, not the borrower, and we shouldn't borrow. And it's like, yeah, you're right. That's what Darren's saying. If you read the Bible that way and you're just trying to find a cheat sheet and a blueprint, you can make a theory for any kind of life you want. Yeah. But if you read the Bible because I'm like, God needs to show up today and he's got to tell me what to do today. Well, he'll tell you exactly what to do. And usually it's going to look completely opposite than what you think it should be done.